Well, many historically Tory parts of the country, of course, saw a swing towards UKIP on Thursday, not least in Kent, where the Tories lost 29 county council seats, 17 of them going to UKIP. In Folkestone, UKIP won all 3 of the town seats. And whilst the parliamentary seat remains in the hands of the Conservative Damien Collins, there's certainly cause for concern for the party. Sky senior correspondent Ian Woods has been in Folkestone today, finding out why voters have turned to UKIP.
There's nowhere in Britain which is closer to Europe. Yet Folkestone has voted decisively in favour of those who want to pull away from our neighbours across the Channel. UKIP completely evicted the Tories in this once true blue town, which had former leader Michael Howard as its MP for 3 decades.
So he's your new Kent County councillor?
Once it becomes you a problem centre.
Yes.
We don't want to harp on the immigration and things like that, but we've got to control this country, and at the moment David Cameron is definitely not controlling this country.
Not your job to give advice to the Conservative Party, but if you were in the Conservative Party, what would you be saying to your leadership?
Wake up.
Wake up. Definitely wake up.
And really listen to the people of the country, because he definitely hasn't.
The tide has turned against the Conservatives in a way which has shocked long-serving councillors. And they now think there's only one thing that David Cameron can do to defuse the UKIP threat.
The European referendum should be brought forward before the next election, or we will have more problems.
Do you think this situation is retrievable by the time the next general election comes along?
It is retrievable, providing the right actions are taken.
Folkestone remains a very English town with little evidence of large-scale immigration. But it's not just questions of national identity which appear to be irritating Tories here, nor is it a simple matter of making a sharp turn to the right. Local Conservatives say the gay marriage legislation was an unnecessary distraction which cost them votes. And there's also been a general feeling that the National Party is no longer listening to their concerns. And it may not be easy to win back the lost voters.
UKIP nationally, their attitude they have is more of we're doing what the people want rather than what we want.
So what would turn you back into a Conservative voter then?
I think it'd be completely impossible now. I just don't think it would happen.
I'm not against immigration, so I'm not a racist or anything like that. But some areas you go to and you think, well, I'm in a minority here. And I served in the Majesty's forces. My father before me, he fought the Second World War. And what was it all for? It's my opinion.
So what would it take for David Cameron to say or do to get you back on board?
I don't think he could. I wouldn't trust what he says.
The message that he needs to give is that he's trying to fix a problem that was caused by Labour over so many years, and it isn't something that he can fix overnight. And I think he needs to hit that home more.
Shoring up their vote at the general election will probably keep Folkestone Conservative, but many in the party fear it won't be enough to keep David Cameron in Downing Street, unless he does more to stop UKIP encroaching on the Tory landscape. Ian Woods, Sky News, Folkestone.